Hey, Travels with Dottie here, and I asked artificial intelligence, ChatGPT, what the best RV hacks are, and they gave me a list, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to take my viewers on a tour of these things and which ones I do and which ones I don't do, and I'm going to show them to you. So hang on, come on. Here we are. I think it's a little dim. It's a little overcast, so we're gonna turn on some lights here. Let's get some lights going. Lights, lights, lights. All right. Okay, so let's look at the list. The first one is use tension rods and cabinets to prevent items from shifting during travel. No tension rods. They don't really move that much, so I don't use them. But I tell you what I do use, if I can find it down here, it's I usually just have it ready for travel days. So it's probably down underneath here somewhere. Here it is. This is all, I have to unravel it when I use it. But this webbing is all in a ball. I'm not going to undo it now. But it goes over all of where the storage unit is. And it prevents all this stuff from sliding forward and going back. So I think that counts. What do you think? I think that counts. Let's see. Velcro remote controls to the wall or side of cabinets so they don't get lost. Check it out. Velcro, Velcro, Velcro. Did that one. All right. How about over-the-door shoe organizers? Well, I think you probably saw that before I closed the door. Check that out. It's on the back of my bathroom door, and I store a ton of stuff in that. Now, we'll warn you, it's my second one in 3.5 years. They wear out. They're fabric, and if you overfill them like I probably do, they won't last indefinitely, but they're very, very, very useful. All right. Collapsible items. You got it. Check it out. These bowls are all collapsible. I get them at the RV show every year in Quartzsite. I forget what they're called. What are they called, guys? Somebody tell me in the comments. Flat stacks. They're called flat stacks. And they're knockoff brands that are cheaper. I don't know how good the knockoff brands are, but I do have collapsible stuff. Let's see what's next. This is the kitty litter that needs to be cleaned out. Magnetic strip for knives, tools, and spice containers. Magnetic strip. You got to put it on there. But that's a magnetic slip. And those knives are up there while I'm traveling. They don't come out. Under the bed storage bins to store seasoned clothes or extra supplies. Just trust me on that. There's a door down here. Heck, it's probably going to be too dark for you to see, but there's a door to the underbed. I don't know if you can see them in there. They're there. Trust me, they're in there. I use them. Okay. That's a water bowl. Command hooks and strips. I don't use a lot of them, but like Dottie's portrait up here, those are command strips that hold that up. Actually, I need to connect something here to show you one of the next things. I'm hooked up to electricity now, so I'm not that concerned with my batteries, but I want to show you a really cool way I monitor my batteries. It's connecting. This is a very old iPad. that I have attached to the wall here. So sadly, it took me 20 minutes to get this thing going because I haven't had it hooked up since I left courtside, but I got it all fixed, and it's on my wall here in my kitchen. There's my TV down there, and then up here on the wall, it shows the real life status. My battery's at 100%. It shows no charges coming in because it's right now it's in float, and it's being charged by the shore electrical. But that gives me my status, so I can sit back anywhere. You can see Dottie's little artwork there, and then how my batteries are doing. Well, it asks about solar power lights, and I have one right there that at night there's a motion detector on it, and it floods the area here with light. That's the only solar powered light I use. Power strips with USB-C and regular connections. I have one right down there, right? And then I have another one in the kitchen that's back right there. Let's see what else we have. Water saving shower head. Definitely. And I highly recommend this. This is an Oxygenics, and it really does. Let me show you the great. There it goes, and that's pretty low pressure, but the Oxygenics steps it up. It's very comfortable for taking a shower. Very comfortable. Okay, for the last few things, I'm going to come and sit down because I'm tired of climbing around and fixing that display. Actually, there was quite a bit of activity involved in that one. I'll tell you about it sometime. Let's see. Portable water filter for better drinking at campgrounds. I have them. I don't use them because I don't drink the water at campgrounds or anywhere else. I just drink bottled water. And when I do ingest water that's coming from my tank or from a city water source, it's only for coffee, and I boil it. So use RV specific GPS or apps like RV Life or Copilot to avoid low bridges and tight roads. Can't say that I do. Hang on. It's really peaceful and quiet out here, unless the neighbor with the tractor drives by, which just did. All right, so I don't use GPS, RV GPS. They're very expensive, or things that I just don't. There are apps that warn you about low bridges and things like that. At 11 feet of clearance, I don't have that much to worry about, and I don't really travel enough for that to be a risk. What I tell you I do have is, people have asked me about this. They've seen it on the inside of my truck. Why is there a little sticker in your windshield facing you that says 11 feet? That's my clearance, and I don't ever want to be confused about it. Here's one that I've never done that I should do, but I'm very confident I'm way underweight, especially now that I'm putting stuff in storage. Weigh your RV at CAT scales to ensure you're not overloading axles. That's a really good idea, and I should have done that a long time ago. That's shame on me. Keep leveling blocks and wheel chocks easily accessible. Pretty much, yeah. I have a little kit in a plastic box in the back of my pickup truck that has all the stuff I need for setting up and for breakdowns. Pack a tire pressure monitoring system to catch slow leaks before they cause damage. Yeah, I have one, and I've had it for several years. I can't think of the brand, but I'll find it. I'll find my purchase in Amazon, and I'll put it up here. It was an inexpensive one, mostly because I only had 4 tires, and my length wasn't very long, so I didn't have to get one of the more expensive ones. Sorry, my glasses are falling off. I'll share that with you, but I'm laughing at the next one. Checklist for arrival and departure to avoid costly mistakes. Yes. And hang on. I'm going to bring it up here. It's on my notes, and it's the pinned trailer checklist on the notes. And I'm going to quick count the number. Well, hang on. I'll just show you. You see that list? That's my checklist, and I can check things off on it, right? But You think that's my list? Hang on, let me get back up again. That's just page 1. So those are all the things I check every time I hit the road. So you can tell I take that pretty seriously, and you should too. The number of things that I've heard about where people have disasters, it's really sad. Goes the tractor again. I mean, maybe he's off for a joyride. What do you think? Because it didn't seem like he got to it. He didn't. He's just driving back and forth. Okay. Get back to the list. So do that checklist. You don't want to drive off with your slide open or your electrical or your sewer hooked up, or just, there are all kinds of things that can go bad wrong, and you don't do a list. Do a list. Portable dehumidifier to prevent condensation, mold, and humid clients. I don't have one anymore because I'm not in those environments. But when I lived in, spent a lot of time in Northern Virginia, I had a big one, a big dehumidifier. Reflectix in windows to keep out summer or heat in the summer or warmth in winter. Yeah, I have Reflectix for just about all my windows that I don't use all the time, but when it gets really hot, I'll use it. Skirt your RV in cold weather. Don't do cold weather. Electric blankets or heated mattress pads for winter nights. Yeah, I've got, I used to have a big electric blanket, you know, the plug into a regular outlet, but I got rid of that ages ago. But I do have a 12-volt electric blanket, and I actually use that with like a little power station when I'm outside at night, sitting around a campfire that's even cold by the campfire. Install a Max Air fan cover to use fans even in the rain. Yes, I have a cover over my fan, so even when it's raining, I can keep the air moving. Kitchen and cooking hacks. Induction cooktops are faster, cooler, and safer cooking. I don't have them. I'd like to try it someday, but I have. Grill outside to reduce heat and smells inside. I don't have a grill anymore. I had a big flat top grill, but since getting the my Instant Pot and a really small, really cool air fryer, I just don't want. I gave it away. I gave it away to a friend that really wanted it. Non-slip shelf liners and bungee cords in the fridge to prevent spills. I've never had a spill, so I've never felt the need to do that. I do have these little plastic straps that that I don't trust the latches because those doors will pop open on a big bump. So I have little plastic latches. I'll see if I can find those too and put them up here. They're inexpensive. Pre-cut and pre-mixed meals before travel days for easier dinner prep. Not really. It's not, travel days aren't any more difficult to get a meal than any other day as far as miscellaneous. Label all keys and hoses. Never found a need to do it. Here's one that I should have. Keep a go bag with your most essential items in case of an emergency. Don't have it. Sorry. I should have one. Use pool noodles on sharp slide corners to avoid injury. That's a good idea. I've never really been whacked by a slide, but I have one little slide and I'm hardly ever out there. But boy, if you get under it and you stand up and you whack your head, a bald head like mine, in one of those sharp corners, it'll leave a mark, that's for sure. Add a dog tether or portable fence for a quick pet set up at camp. I don't need to. I mean, I just, I put the retractable leash on Dottie, and there's a hook on the end of the leash, and I hook it to the door arm, and she's tethered and she's out there. Keep spare fuses, light bulbs, and parts in a labeled container. I keep them in a container. I think the fuse container's labeled. How's that? So that is everything on the list, and the stuff that I do and the stuff that I don't do and the ins and outs, and I hope you enjoy this video. Take care. See you tomorrow.